Okay, Doug, you've been building condos since the 80s, and you have a history of not wanting to build boxes. What's wrong with boxes? Why are you doing this?
Well, a building lasts a long time, so we like to think that when you build something that it'll stand the test of time. So we try to do classic architecture that's interesting, that has a lot of depth to it, and so we tend to have a lot of detail on our buildings, which make the space feel far more unique and interesting to look at. So rather than building a box, in the case of the Merit, we're sculpting it. It's the same square footage that we're allowed, but we're just changing the shape to make it a far more interesting looking building, and interesting in terms of the owners, because there's more end units with more glass, but also in terms of contributing to the streetscape of the community. So that's why we try to do what we do. Well, our costs are substantially more, but again, I'm an accountant. You build something, you do it right the first time. So instead of just building an uninspired box, we think it's a lot more interesting to build something that looks nice, and it tends to cost more. Now, some people are prepared to pay for it. You can drive a BMW or you can drive a Kia. People like both, and it's fine. So we're fortunate enough to find that there's a market for the product that we're trying to deliver.
And what does this do for the downtown city?
Well, I think we're very proud of Ottawa, but it's really struggling with the issue of whether it's a small town or a big city. And we have not embraced the concept of smart growth. I mean, smart growth is about building downtown where you already have the sewers and the streets and the sidewalks and all the infrastructure, instead of going and taking up farmland where you have to buy new buses, build new roads, get new fire trucks, police station, ambulance services. So we think it just makes sense to be downtown where you can walk to work in 10 minutes rather than spend an hour driving home on the Queensway. So we just think it makes a lot more sense to be downtown. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. So the building is sculpted rather than just being a monolithic box. What we've done is we've stepped it in progressively. It's something that's been done in New York, and the idea is it allows buildings behind to have views rather than blocking the views, but it makes a more interesting design. You end up with units that are basically end units, so it really works well. The base of our building is black granite with chrome, and then the precast detailing on the building is really nice. It's Art Deco inspired. On this drawing, you can see the detailing that's in the precast. It's this detailing that gets people to stop and look and appreciate architecture. So we really think that this building is just a wonderful building. The roof terraces, there's barbecues and places where you can sit and eat. There's some planting, and then of course we're just south of Parliament Hill, so for the fireworks this terrace is open, and it's just a nice space to spend time.